Welcome to Metabolic Maestro. I teach men to take control of their biological power through fasting, training, and sacred feasting. And this unlocks discipline, self mastery, and a sovereign identity. Now, today, I wanted to touch on how what you eat during the sacred feast of the Maestro Way really impacts how the fasting session is going to go, and then also how your training is going to go. So, yes, we have that sovereign identity that we eat whatever we want. And that's real. That's not just wordplay, some verbiage. Really, it's about being able to eat whatever you want. And being also mindful that in doing that, you can introduce other factors. So essentially, the more you fast, you just want to naturally want to eat cleaner. So when I say cleaner, I just mean, what I mean by that is you're going to want to eat foods that are minimally processed and more of how you find them in nature, let's say. And I'm not talking about veganism or raw veganism or keto or carnivore. This is not a diet philosophy. We don't do diets here. This is about eating food. And you can eat whatever you want. But in terms of how it affects fasting, the more processed the food, the more energy, let's say, your body's gonna use to process it and also to eliminate it. And that's where the fasting can become challenging, where it becomes uncomfortable during the process when your body is, let's say, taking care of the stuff you just ate. It becomes very uncomfortable if the food was on the processed side of the spectrum versus the natural side of the spectrum. And so just be mindful that if you do decide to have some, let's say, candy or chips, cake, cookies, crackers, those kind of things, that you're going to not be going through a smooth fast, let's say. And as a sovereign man, you got to take responsibility and be okay with that. And know and accept the fact that, hey, this is probably not going to be the most comfortable fast, so be it. And just take whatever lessons come with that. And if you do eat on the cleaner side, the fast just tends to be so much better. Right now, I'm at about, what is this? About 30 hours fasting, something like this. Um, my meal, my sacred meal yesterday was just clean, and so I feel good. I feel very stable, calm. Energy is just stable. My mind is quiet. My body's quiet. I'm just in a very peaceful Zen state right now, and I appreciate it. So the more I've done this, the more I want to be in this kind of state, compared to the state when a couple of weeks ago my mom sent me some gifts. She went to Ghana and she sent me some gifts. One of them was plantain chips, one of them was chocolate. And I had these things during a certain meal, and I remember the next fasting day was just so challenging. Around the 30-hour mark, I was like, just wanted to just lie in bed, feeling almost weak. And I was like, what is this? And then right away I was like, of course, you had that stuff, you had that stuff. So I just took responsibility and accepted the moment and owned it. And it passed. And then from there I was like, okay, we're gonna wait a while before we do that if we want to do that again. So in any case, I wanted to just give you that heads up so that you're mindful of what you eat during the sacred feast. Be free to eat what you want to eat, but at the same time be mindful of the consequences. Alright? Now, if this clicked, something in you resonated, if this vibes, I wrote a guide. It's called the 24-Hour Advantage. I invite you to check it out. The link is in the bio. Until next time, be still.